Dari, hello. It's the middle of October 2020, and you're here with me in the cave to talk about the exciting bicycle wheel story. Although, since, as you're about to find out, it's taken over 3 months, the excitement has kind of worn off. So the story starts in the COVID epidemic times of about March or April of this year, when the green bicycle in front of you had my bestest Shimano Dura Ace wheels on them. And due to an unfortunate collision, not my fault, the back wheel got warped. And again, due to COVID, I wasn't able to get it straightened for a period of over 2 months, which is extremely annoying. And it did bring to mind the fact that Dura Ace wheels are aluminium based, and I've never had a pair of carbon fibre wheels in my life. So I thought, wouldn't it be a nice idea to get some carbon fibre wheels? If only because carbon fibre does not degrade gracefully, by which I mean that the wheel is either going to deform and break normally, or it's going to absorb the force applied to it, say in a small collision, and then completely come back to normal. So unlike an aluminium wheel, when it deforms, the carbon wheel will hopefully, if it's not too severe a bang, just be good as new when you finish with it. So this led me to thinking about getting some carbon wheels, and one of the problems with carbon wheels is they're quite heavy. So I'm not a big aerodynamic fan, and as an engineer I'd say that did a few calculations, and for me the benefits of aerodynamics happen on a cycle at say over 30 kilometers an hour. And how many of us are really going to be cycling for large time periods at over 30 kilometers an hour? The answer is bugger all, hardly any of us. So really the benefits of aerodynamic wheels, I would say, a rather controversial thing to say, but I would say the benefits of large aerodynamic wheels are very small. And obviously if there's a side wind, or a wind that's not head on to the bicycle, then of course you as a rider have all sorts of issues with being pushed around. So I'm extremely sceptical about carbon fibre aerodynamic wheels, and so I did have a lot of searching to do. So what you see in front of you eventually is a carbon fibre wheel, which is quite a shallow section as carbon fibre wheels go. So it's only about 60 mils. So this dimension here is quite low. I think it's just under 6 centimeters. Anyway, the story that's the heartbreaking story is these wheels have actually taken 3 months to arrive. Can you flip and believe it? So as with all of these things in life, there's a general trade-off between the amount of money you've got to spend and what you might receive in return for that money. But you can not game the system, but optimize the system if you're prepared to do a lot of research. So I could get a pair of carbon fibre wheels, such as you see in front of you, with next day delivery probably in the UK. Certainly it wouldn't take 3 months, but it would take a lot of money, because if I buy a branded pair of wheels, it's going to be well over £1,000, and so I don't really have that amount of money to spend, unfortunately, anymore. So I decided to do a lot of research, and I'm guessing tens, if not more than tens of hours later of research, I came up with some Chinese wheels that I could get from eBay, and hence the order, which was placed in July. Now, the wheels, because of COVID, were delayed a little bit, and they said that they had a delivery time of little under 2 months. So I hummed and hawed and thought, yeah, okay, I'll go for that. So I ordered the wheels, paid the money, and several times, and I mean more than 5 times, sent the supplier a message saying, you say you've shipped the wheels, can I have the tracking number? No response. You say you've shipped the wheels, can I have a tracking number? No response. You get the idea. So I tried to contact eBay to raise an issue, But I found out you can't raise a complaint or a case until the expected shipping date has elapsed. So, almost 2 months later, I did raise a eBay case, and I asked exactly the same question. I said, "You shipped the wheels almost 2 months ago, and they haven't arrived. Can I have a tracking number?" And the seller said, "Lost the wheels." Didn't give me the tracking number. Just said, "Lost the wheels." So I was pretty pissed off, to be honest, and I then said, "Well, what are the options?" And he said, "Well, I can resend you the wheels, but I can resend you the wheels using air freight." Presumably the first time round he sent them by sea freight or something. And so I said, "Oh, okay." So I'm such a softie that I didn't say, "Oh, what are you going to give me?" For my waiting time, because the wheels are less than half the price you might expect to pay for a branded set of wheels, if not a third the price. So I said, "Okay, let's go for it." And he did send me a I said, "Will it?" But at this time, I'm gonna not accept your offer unless you send me a tracking number. He promised to send me a tracking number, and he did. So I've been tracking the wheels, and believe it or not, they did arrive in about 14 days. Paid my duty, and the wheels have arrived, and they're in front of you. So the last minute hitch was that I thought I'd got everything. I'd ordered the carbon pads for the brakes because let's see if I can show you that. So here are the carbon pads, brake pads, because the braking surface is not aluminium, and so you need a different pad. But I didn't have the right tubes, and the tubes just arrived today. So what have we got in front of you? So the wheels as is were supplied with these two bits of plastic. You can see this more closely. So this is just a bit of plastic with a screw through it on the end here. And I think the idea is you can take a tube with a smaller valve, a shorter valve, and you can screw onto the end of it. I should do a demonstration here. Okay, like that. And so now you've got a much longer valve, but you've got to leave the valve open. And I thought, I'm not showing you that. So there's the valve, and there's the screw that you turn down to seal the valve once you've pressurized it. So you can't do that if this is sitting inside the carbon frame of the wheel, the carbon edge of the wheel. So I've had to order these 80mm Conti tubes, and that's what's held me back for the last 4 days. I've been waiting for these things to arrive. They arrived this morning. So now I've got absolutely everything. I won't be using this shorter tube. I won't be using these plasticky bits. I shall be using 80mm tubes. I should be putting the wheels together with, well, I've got some tyres I'm going to use. I'm going to use a 4-season on the back. They're basically bulletproof and good for winter. These are going to be my winter wheels, believe it or not. And on the front, I splashed out some time ago, but never fitted because the tyres haven't worn out on my existing wheels. A Continental 5000. So how about that? So this is a Continental 5000 super duper tyre. Less puncture resistant, of course, than the 4 Seasons, but we're gonna run with the two. So, diary, the next is going to be some assembly.